I'm Jan Corderman, and I'm a member of wilpf here in Des Moines, Iowa. Our branch has been working for peace in our community since the 60s, and I'm so proud to be part of that work. I'm here today because I want to talk to you about wilpf's programs at the United Nations, our Commission on the Status of Women program. Just a little bit of background. In 1948, shortly after World War II, wilpf became one of the first non-governmental organizations and the first women's peace organization to have consultative status at the UN. That gives us access to all of the UN bodies that are open to NGOs. So that means the General Assembly, that means the Human Rights Council, which are important for our work. We believe that the UN and our consultative status is there. It's essential for our advocacy work. One of the ways we amplify that work is by being present at the Commission on the Status of Women, which comes up every year. The Commission focuses on a specific topic every year. It's always related to gender equality, and it's known as the priority theme. And this year it was an extra important to us as wilpf members because it marked the anniversary of the Fourth World Conference for Women and the adoption of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action back in 1995. So that year, 30 years ago, wilpf sponsored the Peace Train, and that train brought 230 women and 10 men from 42 countries across Europe and Asia to Beijing for that 1995 conference. Robin Lloyd from the Vermont branch was not only on the peace train, but she taped portions of the sessions and she put together a film that's still important viewing even today. So we didn't miss that opportunity, and we invited Robin to create and lead a presentation at the CSW this year. And she did that, and she entitled the presentation 30 Years of Insights from the Peace Train to Beijing. During that presentation, Robin spoke to two issues that were highlighted in the platform for action: women in the environment and women and armed conflict. And she presented short clips from the film and talked about how wilpf members have moved women's issues forward. I was really excited too. We had two great organizations as our sponsors. Food and Water Watch, which focuses on corporate and government accountability related to food and water and corporate overreach. They were one of our sponsors. And the other one was the Iowa Alliance for Responsible Ag. And the Alliance advocates for responsible and respectful land stewardship and livestock production. They were our second sponsor. This is my fifth time to be there. And I started back in 2012 when I was a local to global delegate. And I went just as an observer a few years later, and now this was my third year to be the coordinator of our local to global program. And I love that program. We have two programs at the CSW. The other one is an advocacy program for young women, mainly students or new workers in the global area. Maybe they're working for the UN or working for an organization that is a global organization. They're part of our program. And then the local global program is the one that I coordinate. And so we take seasoned wilpf members from across wilpf to this important event and have them attend the conferences that they want to attend. There's hundreds, literally hundreds to pick from, presented by women from around the world. We also meet other wilpfers from around the world and generally spend all our time talking about how we can advocate and how we can make more changes, positive changes for peace.
So these young people from across the globe, you sponsor them monetarily, is that?
Yeah. Now, we're fortunate. A lot of universities do sponsor students, and we think that we just expanded the program to talk about young workers in the workforce. We think their employers would help subsidize them too. But when it comes to the local global, which is wilpf members, we subsidize most of their expenses. One of the things that I make sure I talk to every year, one of the groups that I talk to every year is from Palestine, and it's WICLAC. It's a all women's legal authority in Ramallah, Palestine. And of course, their work is intense right now, and so I make sure that I catch up with them. We have a close relationship between wilpf and WICLAC, so I want to make sure that we're doing what we can to support their work too. So that's something I think about. Other women come with other things that they want to highlight, whether it's the environment or women farmers. There are a lot of women farmers around the world, and not all of them are treated as equals. So a lot of times that'll be an issue. There's so many issues. It's just so important. I think the data, wherever you look at the data, it always shows that women are oriented to peace, that peace is important to them, and that when they're part of or half of or more than half of the delegation, we got a better chance of creating a peaceful solution. So that's so important these days. So important these days. So I think it's critical. And of course, the UN is kind of the place where it could happen. 193 countries, and we need to be present to do what we can to move women's issues forward.